Hey, good morning, friends. Scott Brookins. Hope you're having a good day today, wherever you are watching this, or maybe you're watching the replay. And I hope you like and share this video and the others that God has put on my heart to record for me and for you. And I'm continuing to watch the Olympics. I just love the competition of that. And it's just a great time to see everyone coming together. And hey, Boslav, good to see you. Hey, Johnny. And this yesterday, I guess it was, I was watching some of the freestyle ski jumping, and that's just nuts. You see these guys, they're on skis, they come down this hill going, gosh, I don't know, 60, 80, 90 miles an hour, and then they jump up and they're doing a gazillion flips around. Hey, Jan, good to see you. And then they land, right, and coming down, and they get their score. And the competition that we watched was a guy from Ukraine, and shout out to my friends in Ukraine where I've been there. And this was his fourth Olympics. He was 29 years old. He's never medaled. No one from Ukraine has medaled in that event, and he ended up getting the gold. So not only did he medal, but he got the gold. And what an accomplishment. And the guys that were second and third and didn't place on the podium, were just doing amazing tricks and skills and talents. And so it just made me think of all the sacrifice these athletes put into their lives to train for 4 years to get to the Olympics one time, maybe two times, three times, four times, whatever it is. And it always makes me think not only of the athletes themselves, but the people behind the athletes and their sacrifice. The moms and dads who took their kids to ice skating rinks when they're at 5 a.m. to play hockey or to learn how to skate, or snowboarding or skiing, and the coaches and the friends and family, and just the sacrifices of so many people to let these athletes compete. And so I just commend them for going through this. Hey, Paul, nice to see you. And one thing it made me think of was in the chapter of Hebrews in the Bible, in the 12th chapter of Hebrews. And in the 11th chapter, the writer of Hebrews is telling us about these great people of faith. He's given us kind of examples of great people of faith down through history. And so in chapter 12, it says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses," these others that have gone before us, these witnesses, these men and women of faith, "since we are surrounded by them, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us." And so I was thinking of that with the Olympians, and not just in athletics and in arts and competition, but just in life. As an Olympian, if you come in last place, if you don't even place in a race or your event, what do you call that person? Well, he's still an Olympian, right? He did what he had to do to get to that place, which is an amazing accomplishment, and he just didn't place. But he did his best, probably, or she did her best. And so that's what we're supposed to do in life. And I'm preaching to myself because, challenges come, and sometimes, you just want to crawl up into a ball and just give up. But we can't do that. We got to keep going forward and pursue what God has given us to pursue. And I wanted to share a story. I was watching the Olympics yesterday. There's an advertisement on for, I don't even know what the product was, but they showed this one guy, like a dad, kind of dancing in front of the TV in front of his family, doing some like ice skating tricks, on the carpet, and he, poses at the end, and his family's there on the couch, and they hold up, their scores, the 10, 9, 8, and then there's like one child that gives them a 3 or something. And it reminded me when we were traveling as a family, and I was doing 120 to 150 concerts a year and speaking engagements around the country and in Europe. And my wife and kids were there. And so probably this is back in 19, yeah, I could see you doing that, Paul. And this is probably back in 98, I'm guessing. And so my son was about 8 years old. So in the back of the auditorium at one concert, My wife told me this, and she reminded me of this the other day, is that after I got done playing one of my songs and speaking, my son, held up scorecards, but he didn't hold up a 10, He held up like a 4 or a 3. And so, it was great to have a family there to keep you humble and keep you from not getting your big head. But it was a fun time, a fun memory, and I texted my son to remind him of him giving me a low score. But I wanted to encourage you today to get off your couch, get off the floor, get out of bed, and pursue what God has put on your heart to pursue. And he has called each of us to use the gifts and talents that he's given us for his purpose, but to impact other people's lives. And so, hey, Paul, I appreciate that. You haven't heard me. So anyway, just remember the Olympians that, don't place, don't get a medal, don't get a reward, don't get a cash payment from their governments, but they're there because they persevered. They did the work that's required, and you and I need to do the same thing. And I'm preaching to myself because I've been going through some stuff, and I just need to get up and get going and battle it through. It's not going to be easy. I'm not saying that if we do this, poof, everything's going to be perfect and we're going to get everything we go after, but we're going to grow as we go through these challenges, because the only way that we can grow is to go through a difficult time. And so we got to remember that, because it's not easy, but God will be with us. And so I just want to encourage you today, and I hope you like and share this. I hope it helps you. It's helped me just to share it again after God put it on my heart yesterday. And so I hope you have an amazing day, and go inspire others to do the same. God bless.